In London, it is hoped that the Chancellor will prevent a hard Brexit with the European Union that could prove to be a fatal misjudgment. Several weeks have been negotiated since March. Almost nothing was achieved during this time. As usual in the Brexit drama that has been going on for years, both sides blamed each other. If time was not short, the power games could be dismissed as a normal process during bilateral negotiations. It is common for both sides to poke their own positions loudly at first. But the time frame is so tight that compromises will soon be needed. The transition period will end at the end of this year, in which the UK is at least still a member of the internal market and part of the customs union. A hard Brexit threatens, with tariffs and quotas. So far, agreement seems impossible, at least on the surface. Behind the scenes, the forecasts sound far more optimistic. God knows why. I can't understand that anyway. According to suspected observers, a deal could actually be made by autumn. While on the island, it was said for months that the British government would not only accept a disorderly exit from the EU with a harakiri strategy, but would even welcome it in order to conceal the negative consequences of Brexit with those of the coronavirus crisis. It seems to have changed tactics in Downing Street. Meanwhile, it is assumed that Prime Minister Boris Johnson, under the current pressure, who is falling for his miserable corona crisis management, cannot risk a no-deal scenario and will therefore buckle on some points. Brussels wants London to make concessions on key controversial issues, such as the European Union's call for a level playing field or fisheries. British Eurosceptics have high expectations of Germany, of all places. And not just because the showdown between Brussels and London, which is expected for autumn, falls under the EU presidency of the German Federal Republic, and the Brexit drama will absorb a lot of time, energy and political attention in the coming months. The Germans, so the myth that has persisted on the island for years, would end up making concessions to Great Britain out of self-interest and thus paving the way for a deal. Berlin as the EU's Achilles heel? It is a misperception that carries risks and has so far mostly disappointed Brexit optimists. Neither the so often cited German automaker jumped to the side of the British, nor did Chancellor Angela Merkel cut out of the 27 remaining EU countries. In London, hopes are based not only on Merkel's call to act pragmatically in negotiations, but also on the belief that the German government is determined to prevent an economically disorderly exit due to the export-orientated German economy. However, despite the importance of German-British trade and despite Merkel's recent warning that the talks will fail, that the Chancellor will give the British an advantageous deal can be doubted. Merkel has always made it clear that her priority is rightly the integrity of the internal market. And that's the same the German car makers say, by the way. The EU's internal market is far more important than the British market. There shouldn't be any extra sausages, as we say in Germany, but they still dream of them on the island today. And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you in my end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!